Dub City tonight, Billy. Dub City tonight.
Easy night in the office, man. I didn't even, I called up to the office tonight, made sure that I was calling, hoping to speak with Luka tonight. I thought he would have everything under control. But to my surprise, I met another voice on the phone. It was Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh, Kristaps intervened tonight, huh?
He picked up the phone tonight. He said, "Hey, don't worry about it, boss man. I'll take care of this one. Don't worry about it."
Well, I mean, that they need him tonight, because if he didn't tonight, I don't know what they was gonna do tonight.
Yeah, it was. You know what? My first thought was that this team was going to have another OKC blunder, and fortunately enough, they picked it up, man. Walt, we got to talk about my guy tonight. Kristaps Porzingis showed up very big. He played big, and I'm really happy tonight that this happened the way it did, because in studio just last night, just for business, I was going back and forth with that Lindsay character, and I was explaining to her. I was trying to explain to her, that Kristaps feels like he's the man, and people don't want to give him his credit, man. He did it again tonight. Luka did not play well. Kristaps said, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'm an alpha too. I got it."
Yeah, I don't know what your nephew problem was tonight. He was not at his best.
No, he came out sluggish, turning the ball over, not shooting well. Did not have a good game, but it's something to happen, Walt. It's unrealistic to expect your superstars to play big every single night. Sometimes they're just not going to have it. They're human too. And tonight wasn't a big game for Luka. But thank God for Kristaps Porzingis, giving it to you on the offensive side, 29 big points. Giving it to you on the defensive side, blocking shots.
That's what, and those were numbers you were looking for, right? You needed 29.
This is, I told you, this is what he's capable of. That's why I can't accept 15 points and 8 rebounds, because that's not who he is. What you saw tonight, that's who he is. I keep trying to explain that to people, but what do I know? I'm just a guy that watches basketball. That's
you're just a guy who does a Mavericks post game show. That's all you are.
I don't take any real interest in the team. I'm just here.
Yeah, you're just here. A lot of good stuff happened tonight. Was that KP would have had 42 if he played in the fourth quarter?
Yes, indeed.
I like that comment. I really do. I like that comment by him.
Yeah. I think KP might have saw our show last night, man, and heard all of the hatred that was going on, and all the, he should just settle into being the second guy. No, what you have is you have a 1 and you have a 1A. That's what I think you have on this team.
Look at this jabroni. Look at this jabroni here. This jabroni EA. Now remember last night I told you this is gonna happen. I told you KP was gonna have a good game. Then he gonna want to come back. Oh yeah, I love KP. But last night, KP was. It's a bad look for him to be not celebrating with his team in a loss. I mean, they're winning. He should be celebrating.
Well, I mean, I think there was a lot of truth to what my guy EA was saying last night. Now, having said that, I agree it's not a good look, but EA sees it the same way I do, man. Kristaps Porzingis is an intricate piece to this Mavericks basketball team. Whether people want to give him credit or not, it's the truth. You watched it tonight. Luka Doncic, for all the MFFLs who are watching, who feel like nephew is above reprieve and he never does anything wrong. He had a shitty game tonight. He'll be the first to say he had a shitty game tonight.
I don't think he scored his first point until the second quarter.
Yeah, it was the end of it. Like, it was like before half. Like, so he had a shitty game according to his standards. KP stepped up, and what did I tell you last night? I've been saying this all the time. If you give KP the opportunities, he will get buckets, man. That's what he does. People act like it's so hard to understand. They want to get upset because KP doesn't have 25 points, but you only give him like 9 shot attempts. Like, how is that fair? Give him shot attempts, give him opportunities. This is what he's going to do. Look at this guy.
This guy here. This guy here.
God.
Hey, that's your man's, B. That's your man's, B. That's your man's.
This. Hey,
whose man's is his? That's your man's.
Yeah, you know what? We can't even talk about the Luka Doncic tonight. I saw people in there with no mask on and everything, and they were not affected tonight at all.
No, it ain't so, man.
I hate to say it, man. The Luka Doncic didn't make his way up north to Minnesota.
Oh no.
Yeah. So.
Well, I can tell you this, Billy. I don't know how happy you are going to be to hear this, but Donnie Nelson said, "Don't look for anything because they love this young core."
Yeah, I saw that. Trades go. Don't expect much, guys. We like this young core. Okay, all right. So basically, what you're telling us is you're not looking to get better. Okay, all right.
You know, Billy, when we finish up here tonight, I'm going to have to tell – I hope everybody's tuned in because I'm going to have to tell the ugly truth about your Dallas Mavericks, okay? I just have to tell it to you tonight. And a lot of people probably aren't going to be happy and don't want to hear it, but I have to tell you the ugly truth about your Dallas Mavericks. And I hope everybody sticks around and does that. But before we do that, make sure you go over to the YouTube page and subscribe and share the YouTube page when you get a chance. Go to bFb DFW or bFb Mavs. Click on the show and subscribe to the channel.
Yep.
But Billy,
get over there, guys.
Billy, you know what we got to do.
Yeah.
We got to get over here to these highlights. And as you said, you know, things started off a little slow for our Mavs.
Yeah. Timberwolves came out, got off to a pretty hot start, man, shooting the ball well outside. We're not contesting shots. Luka, early turnovers. Here we go. I mean, there's our guy right there. You know who that is.
Kick doors.
Just real quick, just so you know while the highlights are going, I will be purchasing the kick doors. It is official. The next time you see me in studio, tomorrow night, the kick doors will be present. I intend on taking the early part of my morning off, making my way to and I will invest in the kick doors.
I've got to get a picture of the kick doors. I've got to get a picture.
They'll be available. I'm not talking about Air Max 90s all blacks. I'm talking the all black kick doors, Air Force One. They will be present and accounted for.
And you're gonna and just question, you're gonna wear these every game?
I may wear them every game, man. I may. The kick doors are coming out. They're coming out.
Oh my God! There goes Big Stops on by itself. I can't believe this dude is doing this. Here, Anthony Edwards. This guy had a good game tonight. Good game tonight.
That's a really good young
he had 29 points also.
Yeah, that's a good young basketball player, Walt.
Oh, I know. I'm a big supporter. He is. Big supporter.
Oh, with the turnover, my man Jalen Brunson gets it. Brunson buckets.
I'm still laughing at you getting these kick doors tomorrow.
Yeah, if they're available in my size, you know what? I might even go ahead and look at them online. Go ahead and look into that inventory at your local Foot Locker. And I'm going to invest. If they have them available, hey, I need you to hold those for me. I'm on my way. Trust me, nobody wants them. Nobody wants.
I mean, they got to be on. You got to be getting these for the low. You got to be.
Yeah. They are. I might even use my little $25 at Foot Locker coupon I have and go ahead and drop the price even more on those. We're all about a budget.
Oh no, man! Look what you done started, man. Look what you done started.
Get him, Shane. Let's go. Let's go. We're about to kick doors over here.
Oh no, man!
No,
man! Come on, man!
Kick doors.
Come on, man!
Hey, look, we put your kick door on, man, and we official.
Carl Anthony Towns with a 3. Oh man, here goes another Carl. Big Cat. Pass. Oh.
You know what? He's an above average passer for a big man. I don't think a lot of people give him credit for that, but Carl Anthony Towns he's kind of coming to his own. I think he gets hidden up there in Minnesota, but on the right stage, man, I think he can really, really shine, man. He's a good basketball player.
I think that when this season is over with, I think next season he won't be with the Timberwolves. I think he'll probably get traded. He'll probably get traded.
Do you have a jersey for him here? If we
I always have a jersey for the big head. Always.
Okay. Gotcha.
I always do.
And
there's KP.
Yeah. There's a guy I'm concerned about out there, man, just basketball-wise, not even for the Mavericks. Ricky Rubio's career over, or did it ever even take off?
Now people like Ricky Rubio. Somebody might be making a trade for him. He played when he was in Phoenix. He balled. No, there was big stops right there.
Oh yeah, rolling to the basket.
This guy was amazing tonight. Big stops. Oh, is it? Oh, this kid here.
Just balling, man. These young boys.
Balling. Oh, Jalen Brunson with the move. Okay, JB.
Gosh.
Okay, JB, I see you. JB, but here goes another one. Big stops in the building. Big stops is in the building.
Doing big stops things, man. But well, that's how he needs to play. Just open, loose. Let the ball come to you, man. Play within the flow of the offense and get buckets, man. That's what you can do.
We gotta get him the ball first. You know, if you can't give him the ball, he can't do what he needs to do.
This is the first night we've ever done highlights where we weren't over here, having these basketball orgasms for Luka Doncic, man. This is the first time.
Well, because he didn't do anything tonight.
Yeah.
What he ended with 15? He ended with 15?
15 points, yeah. It didn't look good.
No, look at that. Look at that. There you go. There goes a 3. There goes a 3 from Luka right there. It was the big stops Porzingis show tonight. All big stops.
Yeah, and it's amazing because on Twitter it's so quiet. Nobody has anything to say.
Oh, come on, man. Don't call people. Leave the people on Twitter. Oh, come on, man.
These people are disgusting. They make me sick because they only want to praise nephew, man. And it's okay, but my goodness, man, he did not play well. Don't try to look around it. Give Kristaps Porzingis his fucking credit tonight. Give him his credit.
Oh, man.
And I'm gonna tell you why it's bad, Walt. I'm gonna tell you why it's bad because people will say, "Oh, it's just the Timberwolves." But if Luka would have scored 30, we would have been praising it. We gotta stop doing this, man. What's good?
Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this one. If you get KP involved early, he will give you 25.
Nothing but facts, Walt. I've been saying this. Get him the ball.
Just get him the ball.
That's it. Let him work. That's why he's walking around slamming things. You can't use him and see he's good for 25 and then just say, "Oh, the hell with it. No, we're not going to use him this time. We're going to just go ahead and just let Luka keep jacking up threes." No.
Dwight Powell. Couple Dwight Powell sightings tonight.
Yeah, Dwight, man, gave you a couple of buckets tonight.
Oh, look at there.
Is that our guy, Josh?
I'm gonna bring something up here in a few minutes, Billy. After looking at those highlights, of course we got to go to the number. We got to go to the numbers because men lie, women lie, numbers don't. But sometimes numbers don't tell you the whole truth. But tonight they tell you the whole truth in this scenario.
Yeah, there's facts to that.
But look, let's check this out real quick. What's this? We land in a shooter or playmaker guaranteed because we have contract dumps. Nobody, I hate to break it to you. The Mavericks are Donnie Nelson was on 105.3 The Fan earlier, and he made it known that the Mavericks are not looking to. They love this young core, and he said, "Don't look for anything tomorrow. Don't look for anything tomorrow."
That doesn't mean anything to me. Something's going to happen. I don't know what. Something. I feel like something's going to happen. I just don't. I can't put a finger on it.
I don't know, Billy. When they asked him about moving Porzingis, and he said when Hagelin asked him about moving Porzingis, he said, "Well, you can take Mark at his word. If what Mark said is Mark said. We ain't moving him."
Okay. I don't think Porzingis was the one up. I can see Maxi Kleber getting moved. He's playing at a career high right now.
I've been saying that about KP for forever. Okay.
I mean, listen, I tell you what, Raccoon Squads, I tell you what, if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm going to give you a big man that's going to rebound and clean the glass, and we want Maxi Kleber."
Well, hold on, man. I want to give Raccoon Squad some love, man, because I see him out there on Twitter telling people to tune into the show, just like Shane does. Just like Shane does. I want to give Raccoon Squad some love, man. Appreciate the love you give us doing this post-game show. Appreciate that, man.
Bring more people, man.
Billy, last night we had to get on this scenario or the situation about the KP getting upset and storming off the court the other day. I feel like there's a little backlash from that. I was watching closely to see the interaction between him and Luka tonight, and I saw zero interaction tonight between those two. I didn't see any hand slapping or him coming over to correct. It was they didn't talk to each other. They weren't communicating. There may be some smoke to the fire. What we were talking about here.
Well, it could be. I'm not 100% sure. See, I still don't have the full story on what happened with KP the other night. I mean, we just heard he was upset, went to the locker room, so on and so forth. Until we know the ins and outs of that, I guess we'll never know. But you can tell they do have an awkward relationship. But Walt, I'm still not ready to just buy this whole thing that they don't like each other. I think.
Well, Billy, I told you. I told you, and I tried to explain to that moron EA that I was in the locker room with these two last year, and I'm telling you, when you look at certain people, like you can tell like they buddies or whatever. I'm not saying they don't like each other, but you can tell that they probably just put over each other because they play on the same team. Okay. But KP's locker is over here, Luka's locker over here. They walk. KP comes in and goes to his locker. Luka walks straight ahead to his locker. I never see any interaction between the two outside the game, after the game, playing with each other in the locker room. I never see none of that between us two.
I mean, but are we putting a lot of are we putting a lot on that? I mean, what does that really mean that they're slapping fives and all that stuff? Yeah, it sounds good for camaraderie, but I don't think Jordan did that with his guys.
No, Jordan went and played golf with Pippen and stuff like that. When I gave you the examples, I said, look at LeBron and AD. You got videos of AD at LeBron's house and AD hanging out with LeBron. I never see any videos of KP and Luka hanging out. I never see them walking in the arena together like you'll see LeBron and LeBron and AD on ESPN or something when the game's getting ready to come on.
Right.
Those are the little things. When they go out there on the court to warm up, KP comes out on one side of the court, Luka would come out on the other side of the court. They would never be out there together. They never worked on something together.
But what are we trying to do with that, though? I mean, is that saying that they? My thing is, I don't think anybody really cares if they're playing well on the thing. I mean, the friendships and stuff. I don't think a lot of those NBA players are buddy. Yeah, LeBron is a different type of guy. LeBron is a very likable guy.
That's not. I disagree with that. You see like when KP was in New York, him and Melo were tight. You saw them. You see them talk about each other after in the locker room. He the one who named him KP. Melo was the one who gave him the nickname KP.
I mean,
but you just certain duos you can look at them and tell they get along. Like you tell like okay, like all right, I see it there. I'm trying to think of some examples. Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum. They I watched them communicate on the floor together. LeBron and AD, they communicate on the floor together.
Right.
Dame and McCollum, that's another icy one for me too. Because the thing with them is when Dame come down and shoot a three, CJ McCollum feel like he got to come down and shoot a three too. Dame cross somebody over. Oh, you better believe McCollum coming down court to cross somebody over too.
I mean, I don't put a lot of value in, the personal relationships outside of it. Yeah, it's great to have it, but I mean, I don't know that it affects them on the floor like that in the way that to the point.
It does because apparently there was a situation where they just had a blow up or whatever. I don't know what the situation. I'm like you. I still know what the situation was. I haven't talked to my sources down at the down there at the AAC. Nobody's even brought it up though. Like usually somebody would bring something like that up. Nobody's brought it up or nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe somebody will bring it up eventually. This is one of those things where maybe Mike Fisher or somebody will break some news on it at another time, 2-3 months from now.
That this goes back to what you were saying the other night about these people asking these questions in these press conferences, whatever. They keep this up. I'm gonna have to get these press conferences to start raising and start asking questions.
Yeah, you might have to, man.
I already told you they read my rights about asking Ric Carlisle questions. They already read my rights about asking Ric Carlisle questions before we even got started. So
yeah, they don't want that stupidity this year. We're not.
I might have to sacrifice and raise my hand and be like, what are we doing? What's going on here?
What's the relationship?
Okay, and I did want to bring this up. There was a situation where it was they were coming down court. And it was Porzingis over here. Luka was in the middle. I think he threw the oop to Dwight Powell, I want to say. And Porzingis was waiting on him to throw it up. And he gave it to Dwight Powell. And I said, okay. That was different. Oh, whoa. We got something here. Brad Townsend was on the ticket today talking about the rift between KP and Luka. He said it's nothing like Jim Jackson and Jason Kidd said it's a minimal at most. So there is a rift between the two.
But I told you about what?
And I don't know. I can't remember Tobias if we were on air when Tobias said that when he said, "I'm starting to hear that Luka doesn't like playing with him." I can't remember if he was on the air when he said that.
No. Yeah, I remember hearing him say it last night. I mean, it's dude. So what, Luka? If you don't like playing with him, he's a good basketball player. You'd rather play with him than be sitting there trying to drag the team along by yourself. You can't do that. You have to have guys. You're not gonna like everybody that's on your team. You're just not. That's the bottom line.
I don't know about that. Kawhi look like he don't like none of his teammates.
Yeah.
That dude's just weird.
Kawhi is regretting begging Paul George to come play with him. So yeah,
I might need to reach out to Mr. Townsend and see can we get him on the show to break this down for us, because Mr. Townsend is in the know. I'm gonna reach out to him and see can we get him on the show and see can we figure this thing out? Can we get this thing going? Because we need to figure this out. We do need to figure this out. We got a problem. If we got a problem with these two, we need to. What do you say in Drumline? Whatever beef you two got, you need to grill it up and eat it.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
You need to grill it up and eat it.
Yeah.
But I'm watching. I pay close attention. I study people for a living, Billy. I look at body language and I listen to the sounds and people's voices. And tonight I watched those two very close tonight, and I could tell there's an issue between those two.
Well, so do you think? Well, okay. So even if there is, do you think that KP proved a point tonight by doing it without Luka, or are we reading too much into that, or is it just a non-issue? Because I think KP was out there looking to show, okay, because Luka was not playing well. Here, give me the ball. Let me show you what I can do. And he did it. Not only did he say it, but he did it to the tune of 29 points. I mean, you can't refute that. Nobody can look up and say, oh, well, Luka, no. Nephew had 15 points tonight. He had turnovers, costly turnovers. He did not look into the game. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, that's the main thing that it was for me. He did not. I'm glad you said that. He did not look like he was engaged in the game tonight.
Yeah,
he did not. He did not.
Was he taking the night off?
I don't know. I mean, when the game started, he tried to make one of those crazy passes and turn the ball over.
But somebody will praise him for that tonight. Somebody.
I see people giving him some heckle behind that. Like, what are you doing, Luka? What are we doing?
They're just doing it. They're doing it for the clout, man. That's not how they really feel. That's not how they really feel.
What you say? Had he made the pass, it'd been a whole different deal.
Absolutely.
Let's get over here to some numbers real quick, Billy. Big stops. 29 points, 9 rebounds.
29
That's
points.
That's what you're talking about right there.
Yeah. I'll take that. He could have gave me one more rebound and gave me a double-double. That's okay.
But they took him out. He said.
Yeah. If he would have played 4 quarters, he would have killed that. Yeah.
Maxi Kleber, 7 points tonight.
He's better than that. To me, I don't know. Is it just me, or it seems like Maxi Kleber is doing a lot during the game? We hear his name called a lot. He'll block a shot. He'll make a good defensive play. He'll knock down a couple of shots. But in the end, I always expect him to have like 12 or 14 points, and he only has like 8. So I don't know what that's about.
Mm-hmm. But don't forget to mention his name did come up in trade rumors this week.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not shaking him.
Please don't get Townsend or Dick Tim McMahon. We've had Tim on before. I love Tim McMahon.
Yeah.
Luka needs to learn to stop taking fadeaway threes and get KB confidence. Well, see, this is the thing, Billy. I'm starting to see a lot of Luka needs to do this with KP. I'm starting to see a lot of KP love around here now.
Yeah, as well it should be. I don't know what all the hate was for.
I'm just telling you. A guy who's making you go out and get the kick door shoes tomorrow gave you 10 points tonight.
Listen, I'm putting those kick doors on, man, and I'm not gonna lie. I might even find my way out to that good old I know you're not familiar with the side of town, but over there by my high school, the Dallas Skyline, I might get over there to that old Everglade Park and give some of those young bucks a challenge. Pull up in my kick doors
with the kick doors. Are you going? Would that be strap on or strap off?
The strap will be on. I will be strapped on. I will have fully laced, fully strapped all the way around, man. Yeah, I'm coming with
this dude here, man. This dude here is killing me. Dodo gave you 11 points tonight.
That's a good night for him. Well, I tell you, anywhere between 10 and 12.
Yeah.
Hit a couple of big threes. I saw that in the game or whatever, just playing within the flow of the game. I'll take it.
Nephew gave you 15.
Yawn. And I love Nephew, but that's the yawn tonight.
That's the yawn tonight?
Yeah.
Well, Shane brings up a good point, okay? Let's talk about this right here. You see this right here? Jalen Brunson with a double-double tonight.
Yep.
A double-double by Jalen Brunson. Isn't that something?
16 and 11?
16 and 11. That's 11 rebounds.
Oh, I thought those assists. 11 rebounds. Okay.
For Jalen Brunson, a guy who has been struggling the past couple games, comes out and gives you 16-11.
I'll take that for my 6-foot guard.
Tim Hardaway, 21 points tonight. Second best player on the floor tonight, it looks like.
Gave me some big buckets, hit some threes. I saw him mixing in his game, a little mid-range. I saw him get to the basket a couple of times. He looked pretty good, man.
I need everybody watching this show right now to brace yourself with this next stat I'm about to give you, okay? Brace yourself.
I need this.
Are you ready for this? Brace yourself. Dwight Powell had 16 points tonight in a basketball game.
And you know what? I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. Dwight Powell gave you one more point than your MVP candidate tonight. That's my
oh
nephew.
my God.
That's nephew. But that's also that's old that's son-in-law over there, man. That's son-in-law Powell, man. 16. He gave me 16. Listen, he showed up. He showed up at the family reunion, and he showed out tonight. He sure did.
Well, your coach Ric Carlisle has stepped to the podium and he has stepped away. But let's hear his post-game interview, what he had to say.
All right, Rick, I'll let you start, and then we'll go to questions.
Yeah, look, it's pretty obvious this was a tale of two halves. The first half was rough. The start to the game was rough, but we hung in. We were able to get a lead late in the second. We had a rough start to the second half, and then got our bearings, got our footing. Porzingis was terrific. Luka didn't have huge numbers, but he made a lot of key plays. Dwight Powell gave us great energy off the bench. He was the recipient of the defensive belt tonight. His on-off the floor numbers were the best defensively too of anyone on the team. So he earned it, both from the eye test and from the metric test. Brunson was terrific. Hardaway was gave us a lot of scoring punch and motion, and it's an important game. So happy to win it.
Callie?
Hey, Rick, what do you attribute the slow starts in both halves to?
We had low energy to start the game. I could make a lot of excuses, a long trip, a 2-day sit, and wait in Minneapolis, all that stuff, but none of it matters. I mean, you're in the NBA. Minnesota had a tough loss 2 nights ago to Oklahoma. They came out hard. They came out aggressive. They were physical and had us on our heels a little bit. So we had to get our bearings and adjust and get the momentum back. And we were able to do that over the course of 48 minutes. But really, it took a good 10 or 12 minutes once the we got the slow start to kind of get back within a possession or two and be where we needed to be in a position to get the lead.
Eddie?
Rick, right now, at the moment, you're tied for first in the Southwest Division and probably going to be in first with San Antonio losing pretty big. I just wonder how unlikely or how proud you are of this team that after all that's happened and all that you guys have been through and a lot of problems that now you're at this point.
Yeah, the group's becoming a more and more close-knit group, going through difficult situations with COVID and a difficult early schedule and a ton of road games has brought the group closer together, in my opinion. It's just a very unusual year. The loss in Portland in the first game of that set was disappointing. After we had an 8-point lead early in the fourth, but they've been resilient. They've been able to bounce back all year. We're in the midst of one of the really unusual trips I've ever been on. In 19 or 20 years of head coaching and 30 some odd years of playing and coaching. It's just 6 days. We're home for a day and a half. Then we go back on the road and play 5 games. I mean, it's really unusual, really challenging. So we've got to stick together. We've got a high density of games coming up after having a couple of 2-day breaks, in the last week or so. We just got to keep fighting through it.
Dwayne?
Yes, Rick. Could you describe how Jalen was able to dominate play out there tonight? And also, Dwight had his best game of the season. How difficult has it been for him this season coming off that Achilles surgery?
Dwight's getting better and better physically as time is going along. The one thing that COVID did, it gave his body a bit of a break. And once he was able to get his wind back after the COVID situation, he said that he's felt better and better. They do something called force plate testing that measures the force with which you jump and strengthen your legs. Those numbers are higher than they've ever been since his procedure, and are approaching the numbers before the procedure. So a lot of good things going on there. We really miss Willie, but Dwight has obviously kept himself very much ready, and his effort tonight was key.
All right, awesome. And Corey?
Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
I noticed Luka had struggled a little bit, but we were able to see some of the other guys step up and get it done, and it really shows the incredible depth that the team has. How proud are you with the overall team's production tonight?
I thought we got a lot of contributions from a lot of guys. Porzingis had the most spectacular game in terms of points and rebounds and such, but we had a lot of good defensive performances. We had some sections of the game where the ball moved beautifully, and this is how we got to play. They focused a lot of attention on Luka early. It was very physical. I thought there were some whistles that could have been blown that weren't. He stayed with it, and as I mentioned before, he made a lot of key plays in the second half that helped give us a cushion, including a couple of big threes.
All right, thanks, Rick. Jalen is coming. If y'all can raise hands for Jalen.
Check it out right there, Billy. That's
My
your guy. That's your guy. Holding the hardware. Holding the hardware.
A true champion.
Your guy right there. Holding the belt. The White Powell gets the belt tonight. There it is.
Played well, man.
So you agree he's very deserving of this title belt tonight?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, he, like I told you, Dwight Powell. We can talk about him all we want to. We can say all these negative things about him and his lack of skill and what he does. But one thing we can't take away from him is the fact that the guy plays his heart out. Anytime he's on the floor, he's playing his ass off. And the same cannot be said about certain players on the team every time they go out there. We know when Dwight Powell comes out, he's giving you maximum effort. And I'll take that from my guy. Yes. Do I want scoring? Would it be nice if he could give me 12 points a night? Absolutely. But that's not who he is. He's going to give you some putbacks. He's going to give you some block shots. He's going to give you some extra shot attempts by crashing the boards. And he's going to do the dirty work that some of your prettier guys on the team will not do. So that's why I'll leave it at that. He definitely deserved it tonight.
Well, your nephew took the podium. Let's hear what he had to say after tonight's game.
Still have you unmuted. Yeah. Okay. All right, Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, good evening, Luka. Did the water in the hotel room contribute to the slow start from today, from not being able to get a nap in before today's game?
Not really. It was just a bad start. That was it.
Oh, was it showing up on your screen?
Yeah, I had it.
Oh, you had it? Okay, it wasn't showing up on my screen. Let me start it over.
Still have you unmuted. Yeah. Okay. All right, Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, good evening, Luka. Did the water in the hotel room contribute to the slow start from today, from not being able to get a nap in before today's game?
Not really. It was just a bad start. That was it.
Okay. Corey, go ahead.
Hey, Luka, congratulations on the win. So the team has gone 15-6 since February, slowly improving your places in the super tight Western Conference. What is your current outlook on the team's potential after the rocky start to the season?
mean, we can still get better, you know. The season's long, but we can still improve. Obviously, we improved a lot since the start of the season, but the season is long and we can still improve.
Eddie?
Luka, with all that you've been through, the team this season, are you a little surprised that you're now in first place in the Southwest Division?
I mean, surprised? I don't know, but we've been playing good lately. Like I said, I mean, we can still improve. So there's a long way to go.
Okay, we'll move into Espanol. Pedro?
Luka, buenas noches. ¿Qué tan gratificante es para ti?
Yeah, shout out to my Latino peeps.
Pedro.
Yeah, shout out to Pedro. Anything you want to go? I didn't get the first question because it was showing delayed on my screen. Anything you want to take away from Nephew's comments?
No, he didn't really say much. I mean, there wasn't anything to say. I mean, he had a bad night. You know, I like the fact that he's maintaining that. You know, I think someone asked the question like, "Hey, what do we want? How do we feel about being in first place in the Southwest Division? Who cares?" I mean, you know, who cares? That's not even really that. That's again one of those questions I'll be talking about. Like, who cares? We're trying to move forward, and as Luka said, you know, it's fine. We're playing better, but we have a lot more to improve on. So, I mean, who cares if you're at the top of the Southwest Division? Nobody cares. It was a bad night for Luka.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. I didn't want to sneeze on the microphone. So I got the interview that you've been most wanting right here, Billy. This is the one guy you've been wanting to hear for, and I got him right here. Yeah, your guy right here. Kristaps Porzingis was at the podium. Let's hear what he had to say.
I'm watching.
All right, KP, we'll go ahead and start with Kevin.
Hey, KP did a little bit of everything tonight, 29 points, 9 rebounds. Can you talk about what you were able to do on both ends of the floor? And you talked about this being a must-win. Why would you say that this game tonight was a must-win for you guys against the Timberwolves?
Yeah, I just played my game today, and that's it. A must-win because, you know, if we want to be the type of team that we think in our minds we can be, then these games are must-wins. You know, obviously you could slip and anything can happen, and the other team can have a great game, but these are the type of games that we cannot let just slip and you know, not get the W. So we took care of business tonight.
Tim McMahon.
Hey, KP. How do you feel about your season individually so far and kind of the state of this team at this point of the season?
We're working to get better, and we had a slow start. We had a rough start because we had a lot of guys out, and our schedule was tough. So I think we're working our way back into a decent rhythm.
Who?
KP, I know it's you only can play the game that's in front of you right now, but I mean, it seems like you've gotten through the hardest part, and with everything that's happened to this team, just how exciting does all of this look to you right now, given that you're 14-5 in your last 19 games, and that your defense as a team has really picked up to where it's. I mean, the numbers say it's nearly at a championship level. I mean, we're just is this just the start of something big here right now?
Possibly. I think we're just getting into a decent rhythm. You know, the schedule eased up a little bit on us, and so we cannot let up and feel like we're doing great things. We have to go game by game, day by day, get better, and that's it. Just keep putting in the work and stay focused. That's where our heads have to be at.
All right, and we'll do one in Spanish with Pedro.
Thanks, Renee. Kristaps, buenas noches. He hablado contigo durante la...
Well, that Pedro, he working hard tonight. Pedro working hard.
Pedro over there working.
Pedro working hard tonight. Pedro getting it in. My guy Pedro everywhere. Oh, Pedro getting it in. Shout out to Pedro, man. Yeah. Hey, man. And would you like to go in what Big Stops was just saying?
Well, I think, you know, he brought up a very valid point tonight. I love how honest and transparent KP is when he's talking, man. I think, you know, the whole idea that, you know, no, we have a lot of work to do. It seems like all the Mavericks have that same mindset, Walt. Everyone is still focused. No one feels like we've arrived because we haven't. We are a team that's on the rise. And, you know, again, as much as we didn't want to talk about it before, Mark Cuban said, hey, guys, this team is a good basketball team. We are dealing with COVID. We dealt with COVID, and now we're starting to see this team come together at the right time. And Walt, like I told you earlier in the season, and I maintained this, and I think that's Alex that's talking there. I don't know that. I'm hoping it is, but look at the schedule, man. I mean, the Mavericks.
Oh no, that's Gordon. That's our guy Gordon.
Shout out to Gordon tonight. But look at the schedule, man. I mean, look at what we're doing. We've been playing well over the last little bit, and the schedule kind of lightens up a little bit. There's going to be an opportunity. The Mavericks got to take this momentum they have and run with it. They need to run off 5-6 games in a row. They need to start doing that, man. That's how you're going to
got to drive it like you stole it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And they have the guys to do it. Well, you have Luka. You have KP. My goodness, what these guys would look like if we could ever get them to play well together. Man, it only makes things easier for Kick Doors, for THJ, for Jalen Brunson and Finney Smith and these other guys, man. They just got to find a way to come together. Whatever this rift is, throw it aside, man. Come together. We have an opportunity to do something special, not so much with this team per se this year, but just the overall core of this team is young, it's productive, and you can do some things, man. Just come together.
Well, I got one more guy for you here at the podium. I got Mr. Double himself tonight sitting down. Let's hear what Jalen Brunson had to say after the game tonight.
All right, we will start with Callie.
Hey, Jalen, what do you think has contributed to the slow starts the past couple of games?
I think it's a pretty quick fix. You have to start out with a little more energy. That's all. We depend on we depend heavily on those five, and so sometimes it may take them a little bit to get going, but I mean they bring it home for us. So I mean, just gotta start a little faster. That's all. Nothing crazy. That's an easy fix.
True.
Jalen, obviously the first quarter defense wasn't great. The last three quarters, you hold them to 42%. And your guys' defense, when you guys have all been together here, the numbers say that it's really good. Do you think you're underrated defensively as a team?
I don't know. I think for us, we're surprising each other every practice, game, every step of the way, because we know what we're capable of. And we keep continuing to make strides. And I don't think we're underrated, but I think we have that mindset that we need to get better every day. So as long as we continue to get better, that's all we can hope for.
Eddie?
Jalen, after so many ups and downs this season, how's it feel now to be in first place in the Southwest Division?
Feels pretty good. But work's not done yet. A lot of work, a lot of games to go, a lot of things to fix, and a lot of things we can get better at. So it's a great step for us. Obviously, we're happy, but we still got a lot to do.
Dwayne?
Yes, Jalen, you had a lot of drives to the basket. What were you seeing from an offensive standpoint on what they were giving you out there tonight?
I just saw space. I was able to get in the paint, as long as I try to get 2 feet in the paint and try to make plays either for myself or for others, I think that's a recipe for success. As long as I just keep getting in there, trying to break the defense down. That's just my mentality. I don't go in there thinking I got to shoot. I just go in there thinking I got to get in there and I got to see what the defense is going to do. If they spray out, I can shoot. If they collapse, I can try and make plays.
All right, we have KP waiting, so.
Did you catch that? Did you catch that, Billy?
Yeah, I did. Jalen Brunson is one of my favorite players on this team, man. He's just, he's a young kid, but he's got the soul of an old man. You know what I'm saying? He's got a veteran savvy about him. Just watching him play and just how he carries himself on and off the floor, he just kind of, reminds you of just the consummate professional, really. And I like his heart. I like his mind, the way he plays the game. And furthermore, I like the way he answered that question in terms of how they're looked at as a defensive team. I think the question was asked whether they were underrated or not, or if he thought they were underrated as a defensive team. And he knows his team still has a long way to go defensively, but when guys get out there and they play with grit and effort and they're playing with a determined mentality, I always say it to you all the time, Walt, defense is a mentality. You got to want to go out there and stop. Rebounding is a mentality. You have to want the ball more than the other guy. And when guys are all out there working together in unison, and this team can be a decent defensive team. The offense will always be there. It's about being a defensive team and being able to rebound and take advantage of your opportunities when you get them. And I just think this team is headed in the right direction. Walt, I really, really feel strong about where this team is headed right
now. Gordon, it's not that I can't ask questions. I can ask questions, just that I was told my questions to Ric Carlisle have to be, they kind of have to be a little screened first before I talk to Rick. Me and Rick, Rick didn't like some comments that I made about him in the past, but I've seen Rick recently, and he's kind of like, I guess, over it or whatever. He before when I walk by, he would give me a little scoff look, but now, he'll at least raise his hand to me and say what's up to me. Or whatever, and it's like I've said before. My criticism toward Rick is never personal; it's a business aspect. Again, as I said last night, I just think that when you bring in a new player, you have to get a new coach. I think that Ric Carlisle was Dirk Nowitzki's coach, and I think that because Ric Carlisle is not going to be here for the entirety of Luka's career, they should have got a coach that could be here and grow with Luka. Is my whole saying. Again, if you take Ric Carlisle and put him on the Milwaukee Bucks, he will win a championship tomorrow. Put him with the Boston Celtics, he wins a championship tomorrow. Put him with the Lakers, he wins a championship tomorrow. There's so many teams. I just feel the locker room is too young for him. That's all. I've never said Ric Carlisle sucks as a head coach. I've never said Ric Carlisle's a terrible head coach. All I said is that the locker room is too young. What we were seeing at the beginning of the season, you're going to see patches of that as it goes on, because he's gotten this group of guys to buy into it now. But at first it was a struggle because most guys they want to ball out. Like you say, we've seen him and Luka arguing on the court together against each other.
Yeah.
So you're going to have those issues, but that's all my deal is with Rick. I think Rick is a hell of a coach. But, I told you before this thing, and you're wrong, Walt. Rick is going to get a ring with this team before he retires. I got news for you, Gordon. This is part of the ugly truth that I have to tell about the Dallas Mavericks. Okay? I have the unfortunate pleasure of telling you this about the ugly truth. Ric Carlisle is not going to win. This is not a part of it. This is one part of it, okay? Ric Carlisle is not going to win another championship with this team because this team is not going to be able, the front office is not going to be able to provide him with a roster to win a championship. Okay, that's the problem. That's one of the problems with this team. Now, all day before that, we were hearing Andre Drummond, the Mavericks were going to get him if he was bought out, right? Now what do we hear? Oh, it's either the Lakers or Brooklyn. Okay, those are the two sexy spots right now that everybody's going to right now. You either want to go to Brooklyn or you want to go to LA. You know why? Because the LA is the top team in the West and Brooklyn's the top team in the East. That's where everybody's going right now. Hell, we heard LaMarcus Aldridge, Brooklyn or Miami. DeMar DeRozan, if he gets bought out, it's LA. You don't hear anybody, you don't hear any other team's name but those teams right there. Because those are the top teams, and those are teams that people are going to. Also, I tell you this. I said this last year. I've said it a million times. You don't choose Dallas over LA. You choose LA over Dallas. And you don't leave. You don't go from LA to Dallas. You go from Dallas to LA. That's the way it's perceived here in the NBA. That's the way it looks. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. We don't have Hollywood. We don't have beach. We got women, but we ain't got them like LA.
No, we don't.
We don't. Okay, we just don't have that attraction here. So the only way you're going to get guys here is through a trade. That's it. That's the only way. You're not going to get them in free agency because the moment the Lakers say, I want a player, they're going to the Lakers. The moment Brooklyn now says they want to go to they want a player to come over there, they're going to Brooklyn. So that's just the way it is right now. That's just the way it is. Miami's a hot destination. Nobody's trying to go to Miami right now. You only want to go to Brooklyn or LA. That's just the way it is. So all these players that's getting bought out. Hell, JJ Redick. We wanted JJ Redick. What did they say, JJ Redick? If he gets bought out, he's going to Brooklyn. And you know what's funny about the whole Brooklyn deal is I remember Kevin Durant bitching about LeBron getting everybody to come over there and play with him. Now what's he doing? Right. He stayed on the phone. He stayed down. He stayed down the number.
He's a real GM over there right now.
Yeah. Blake Griffin say it was KD who called me and told me to come to Brooklyn.
An embarrassment. These guys make me sick to my stomach. They really do, man.
And what I think we were talking about last night with Max Kellerman. I think Mark Cuban was on First Take, and Max Kellerman asked him, why is it that players don't want to come to Dallas? And Mark Cuban said, well, it's because we didn't have cap space or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's going to fall back on you if that's what you believe, if that's what you think for real, number one. Number two, if you did have the cap space, you were giving extra money to players that didn't even effing deserve it. You gave extra money to Wesley Matthews. He wasn't nowhere near a top player. And he shouldn't have got the money he got at that time when they signed him. So, Dallas is a great spot, but like we said last night, okay, it's two things a player is going to play second fiddle to here in Dallas, okay? Mm-hmm. You're not going to be the man, number one, because the two things in Dallas right now. First and most importantly, the Dallas Cowboys. There is nothing more important in Dallas than the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys take supersede over everything.
Right.
Okay. Number two, now you're going to play second fiddle to Luka when you get here. I told everybody if the Greek Freak was to come here, it was not going to be about the Greek Freak. It would be about Luka still. It was never going to be about the Greek Freak. And that's what he has made over there in Milwaukee.
And they're doing good over there.
I'm with what Shane's talking about here. Shane, after this post-game show is over, I'm definitely gonna do me some of that. I'm definitely gonna do me some of that. But all that considered, the coach in place has zero to do with these guys choosing. No, the coach does have a thing to do with it because, like I told you before, players talk. When a guy like Seth Curry comes here and Lee comes here, leaves, comebacks, and leaves again, and then he gets on TV and says, "Well, I think they made a bad decision by letting me go." Players talk. You know, as much as we feel like what happened with Rondo was wrong, or Rondo handled it wrong, whatever. Some players don't see it that way. Because Rondo went over and said, "Man, look, man, when I was over there, it was all about this. It was all about that. They never wanted to let me do anything." And most of these players don't want to play in the system. Hell, Paul George told you that when he blamed Doc Rivers, talking about well, he only wanted to use me like I was Ray Allen.
Paul George.
Paul George wanted to dribble between his legs, cross you up, and shoot. But Doc Rivers like, "Man, I just need you to go over there and get in this corner. You got a jumper. I want you to hit this three when I pass you the ball."
Right.
He didn't want to do that.
He thought he was bigger than what he was, man. That's really what it boiled down to.
I really think that's lame. This old guy like James that probably dealt with them since AAU camps. I mean, I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I guess he's talking about LeBron, right?
Yeah, probably so.
Well, LeBron went from high school to the NBA, so he really didn't. I mean, he was in what him and Melo playing like the big McDonald's games and stuff like that.
All America, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you can shove it up to AAU. It's about what's sexy in the NBA right now. You know, the Lakers just went to the finals. The Lakers look like they're going to the finals again. So what's easier to do? Not only that, and that's in the West Conference, but you look at the East Conference, there ain't nobody that's touching Brooklyn right now. Yeah, I mean, Brooklyn is a scary team.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lakers got to make a move tomorrow just to keep up with them. Because right now, they ain't got enough. They ain't got enough for Brooklyn. They ain't got enough. They ain't got enough. Drummond will probably help, but boy, oh boy, do you need it? Because I don't know what you're gonna do with that bearded guy. And when KD come back, what you gonna throw AD at him?
No.
You gonna who Braun gonna guard him?
It's gonna be a tough match. All I know is it's gonna be a tough matchup. Very, very tough matchup.
Exactly. The ugly reality is what the Dallas Mavericks is right now, with the way things are going. The Mavericks are not going to win the championship anytime soon. With LA, with the way LA is looking, and with the way Brooklyn is constructed, you got to hope Brooklyn falls off within the next couple years.
Yep. I mean those are just the facts of that. That's it. That's really what it boils down to.
We thought we were done with the super team era.
Just starting up again.
Yeah. We thought we were done, but we're not.
It's firing up again right now, right in front of our very eyes.
Let's take a look at the schedule before we get up out of here, though, real quick. I think that rain is coming down outside.
Yeah, I can hear it, man. It looks like there's a little miniature tsunami going on outside.
Well, and speaking of AAU, I saw Kendrick Perkins go live talking about AAU, and he's right. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting real ridiculous. You know, people out here fighting at kids' games, man. That's ridiculous, man. It ain't no situation that you got to fight at a kid's basketball game, man.
Yeah, guys are getting real carried away out there, man. They really are.
Let's take a look at this here, Billy. So we got the Pacers on Friday. We got the Pelicans on Saturday. We got the Thunder on Monday. We got the Celtics on Wednesday. We got the Knicks next Friday. Now I'm gonna tell you something, Billy. I'm catching a flight out to Ohio on the Knicks and the Wizards game.
Okay.
We might be going live from Ohio from these two games. We might be coming live to you from Ohio with these two games right here. If not both, at least one of them. At least one of these, I'm coming to you live. Okay.
Hey, let's do it.
And we're gonna get the Jazz on Monday. That follow on April 5th, and then we're gonna get the Rockets that Wednesday.
There's some winnable games in there. The biggest game.
A lot of winnable games. They should beat the Pacers. Pelicans, depending on what happens with Lonzo Ball, they should beat the Thunder. Celtics, that's a toss-up game. I don't know about these Knicks. I haven't seen them play against these Knicks yet. These Knicks got something. And they might be getting Lonzo. And they might be getting Lonzo, from what I'm understanding. They might be getting Lonzo tomorrow.
Only time he's moving, he's going to be somewhere. I tell you what, but it'd be a nice little return for KP going back against the Knicks, though.
Last time Dennis Smith Jr. tore him up. The last time they came to New York.
Well, so we got something to give back.
Yeah. Well, he ain't there no more, so it don't matter. And then we got the Wizards. That Jazz one is going to be a tough one too.
Yep. Those tough games. Well, none of them games I feel like they can't get. I mean, I don't feel like we're just completely overmatched in any of those games. It's just going to be a matter of if we're showing up, if we're going to play, and if the Mavericks are playing their best ball, man, I can see them. I really see them in every single last one of those games with an opportunity to win it. Just being basketball and the way it's set up, you'll probably drop a couple of them. I'm just really more concerned to watch them play against the Jazz. I like to see them perform well against the Jazz because we got smoked twice by them earlier this year. And then I like to see them against the Celtics again. We won off of a Luka buzzer beater the last time. That night we were in studio with Mr. Azad was going nuts over there. He had the game before us, so we couldn't see it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I just want to see how these guys are going to come out and perform, man. What type of effort are they going to put up, and what can we do to make it happen?
I'm interested now. Okay, so we'll be back here Friday night after the Mavs versus Pacers. It's 7:30 start. So roughly about 10:30, 11. Oh, I'm sorry, no, about 9:30, 11. We'll be back here. Keep your ears peeled about us being in the studio tomorrow. But like we always say, always do what's best for business. And if we don't see you around, then we'll see you around.